Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been so long, but we're finally in 2024 after 2023's pretty interesting end of the year, with Baldur's Gate 3 sweeping the Game Awards and possibly single-handedly changing the trajectory of game development for the next couple of years. You know what? I'm ready to get into 2024. I know we're starting off a little bit weak, but here's a handful of games I'm looking to pick up for my PS5. Let's check it out. Little bit of a disclaimer here. Some games on this list might be multi-platform at launch and might also be super mid. Everyone's perceived value is unique and welcomed in the comment sections below. Alright, first up, this game probably has me the most conflicted on the list. I want to recommend this game. I want to say I expect positive things from this game, but this might very well be another superhero flop, similar to the fate of Marvel's Avengers. Right now there are several reports of early impressions about this game, with many unsatisfied in the direction it's going. Many who have got their hands on early versions of this game have criticized and suggested that the game is uninspired and at worst trying to be a live service model that doesn't have enough to offer. Personally, what I think upsets me the most is how beautiful that this game actually looks, and that it might not have enough game to play. What I see here from the trailers looks to be a really solid Suicide Squad movie packed with some fairly awesome looking boss fights, but it might just be padded with repetition and mostly shallow combat. However, for the few of you that might have enjoyed the Marvel's Gotham Knights and Marvel's Avengers, this might sit somewhere amongst those titles and be another superhero game to play with some friends. From what I've been able to see about this game, this does look to be a good candidate to sit in my PlayStation 5 library, as I do expect this game to be a bit graphically taxing for any PC hardware that's about 4 years old. It doesn't hurt that this game does offer cross-play, so I wouldn't miss out on playing with some of my friends if my friends happen to pick this game up. I do think that this one is not one that should be grabbed at launch day, and like the other Marvel's games to boot, wait for a sale, or maybe find this game on a subscription library. Although I was super hyped for this game during its earlier announcements, I will be personally saving my money on February 2nd when it releases. But what do you guys think?
Come on.
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
This sky, I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir. Welcome.
You already know. Final Fantasy fans rejoice. Part 2 is finally here. It's hard to truly put into words my genuine excitement for this installment of Final Fantasy VII Remake series. But I'll start by saying there are those who experience the original PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy VII and those who are new to the franchise, like myself. My findings are interesting, though, that most new and old fans alike have been won over mostly by the commitment this development team has for producing a product designed to flesh out the potential of this IP. However, that does not mean that there isn't still lingering concern that it might drop the ball along the way. Square Enix has set a fine example to the industry with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I believe they intend to push the bar even further in Part 2 Rebirth. Following the events of the first game, our stylish cast of characters have left the city of Midgard and are greeted by a much more open play space. Avoiding any context here, and following most of the available media, such as the available gameplay demos or pre-release story trailers, you can expect this game to continue with more stunning visuals, absolutely flawless soundtrack, and new and improved combat features, as well as a continued epic adventure with a cast of characters that have been a staple to the gaming world. I am extremely confident that the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be another great installment to the franchise, and fingers crossed it might even make its way to the Game of the Year nomination, although Square Enix hasn't had much luck actually locking it in. I will absolutely be celebrating this launch with a marathon gaming session for sure, although I will be at the Adirondacks, so I'm going to try to find a way to not miss the launch day here. But, you know, do keep an eye out for upcoming streams because I know I will be playing the heck out of this game.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
weapon?
Tutelary creatures, said only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber? It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
Look out for March 22nd, as it's going to be putting up 2 games to fight for your wallet. But we're going to start with Rise of the Ronin.
For those caught in its deadly rhythm. And a lifetime can pass in the blink of an eye. For anyone embracing its bitter end. The only thing we know for sure is that time marches forward.
Team Ninja is back at it again with another stylized action game sure to soothe the dormant samurai in us all. In the last 5 years, this studio has made some solid games, none of which was Game of the Year material, but really fun and impressive experience playing with what they love, kicking ass and taking names. Expect no difference in Rise of the Ronin. Unlike previous Team Ninja titles, this one is stepping back from its demons for a more grounded historical take. Set in the final year of the 300-year-long Edo period known as the Bakumatsu, which I in fact looked up, and it is way cooler than it sounds. The Bakumatsu refers to a period of time where the Tokugawa shogunate ended and a major power shift was happening in Japan. It's some pretty cool stuff, but I'm no history buff. But its lack of fantastical beats won't hold back from what Team Ninja does well. This game might be on the more dated side, with its graphics paling in comparison to Ghost of Tsushima, but instead leans into a more Sekiro palette. Both games which have strong DNA, which gives me enough reason to believe that this game will meet my expectations. So I intend to make room on my drive, since it's only available for the PS5.
A village will sacrifice their partner for duty. So which of you will do the deed?
Samurais aren't your thing, and you're looking for more of a dark fantasy vibe after the wake of Baldur's Gate 3? Well, look no further than Dragon's Dogma 2. Now, I struggled to get into the first game, but Capcom has won me over with everything revealed about the upcoming sequel. And from what I have gathered, Dragon's Dogma 2 is an all-new story that takes place in a parallel world to the first title, which is perfect because this game looks gorgeous and features some impressively robust action RPG element. This game is a fully single-player experience with AI-driven companions, all of which seem to offer deep levels of customization for different play styles. I do think a game like this could function well as a co-op experience, although, like the first game, no co-op seems to be on the horizon. Modding community, I hope you're listening. Coming off last year and going into this, Capcom has hit the ground running with some high-quality, finished products, and this one looks to be one of them. Even possibly locking in an early seat for a Game of the Year nomination. Similar to Baldur's Gate, I may spend hundreds of hours in this game and still fail to finish it, let alone cross the halfway mark. But perhaps you too enjoy having a good game that you could just sip on and enjoy for years to come. This game looks to be that. Dragon's Dogma is going to be available on multiple platforms, but one I plan to get for my PS5 simply because I just don't think my PC is going to handle it.
Show me the path thou wouldst walk.
Lastly, a game on this list that I still struggle to believe is real. That game is Black Myth: Wukong. This game was announced August 2020 and showed off breathtaking pictures of pre-alpha gameplay. And years later, this game continues to release more and more absolutely stunning visuals of insanely scaled creatures, which has only been highlighted by some of the masterfully crafted set pieces. Sun Wukong is a fictional character that's been around the gaming industry for many generations, but Black Myth is looking to actualize all of the character's godlike potential in a Souls-like formula made in Unreal Engine 5. A game that simply looks too good to be real, but made convincing by looking at the most recently made available gameplay footage. Following the success and popularity of Elden Ring and Lies of P, they are lined up to make a massive profit with a chef's kiss of Soul-like gameplay. This game is scheduled to release on August 20th, if it's real. right, so what do you guys think? I'd say even before some of these games release, it's safe to say that Dragon's Dogma 2 and Black Myth Wukong are big nominations for Game of the Year for 2024. But until these games finally drop and you get your hands on it and all the romance of the hype finally is wilted away by your time invested, all that we have left is a little bit of speculation. I hope this video provides a little bit of insight along with some of your most trusted media sources, as I want to continue to help my friends make good decisions on their upcoming purchases so they can get the most out of their time and money. Thanks again. I look forward to keeping the conversation going. Leave a comment down below, join the Discord, or hit me up on Twitter, X, where I'll give you some more daily blurts and information about my stream updates. Much love, everybody. Until next time.